Hey, it's Adam from Resolution Audio Video in Brooklyn, New York, and we are proud Nagra dealers. And I'm proud to be holding the new compact power supply. What is the new compact power supply? Well, you guessed it, it's a power supply. And power supplies in hi-fi are really, really important. Because why? All of our hi-fi stereo systems are connected to the power in the wall, which is generally 120 volts at 60 hertz. Depending on where you are in the world, it might be something different. But here in the US, in Brooklyn, it's 120 volts, 60 hertz. Everything in the signal chain that goes down the audio path is a transformation of the voltage that's coming out of the wall, all the way down the pipeline to the sound coming out of your speakers is a regeneration of the power that's coming out of your wall. So, the power coming out of your wall is generally not very clean. If you were to hook up a device to it, like we have a noise sniffer, you could actually tune in radio stations from the power coming out of your wall. There's a lot of noise on that power line. So all that noise has to be cleaned up and made just perfect for the circuits in our hi-fi equipment. And if that's not done in a clean and stable way, nothing else down the chain is going to sound good. So Nagra takes power supplies very seriously. And in their components, power supplies are sometimes built inside, or they have no power supplies at all inside and require an external power supply. What's very cool about external power supplies means that you can upgrade your components. So for instance, this compact power supply is designed to work with the compact components that Nagra makes and the classic series of components that Nagra makes. And you'll see here that this guy here comes with one of the Nagra cables, power cables. This one here is your traditional female connector. One goes in here, and the other side of this one is designed to go into the compact series range, which is the compact phono stage and the compact streamer. Now this is a linear power supply. The power supplies that come with the compact series right now are switch mode power supplies, and we'll get into it a little bit later about the difference there. But in summary, there's a lot less noise out of a power supply like this than a switch mode power supply. The classic components also have power supplies in them, and right now, prior to this coming out, to upgrade the classic components, you would need to use the classic power supply, which has 3 rails of power on it. And you pay for that even if you're not using it. So when we have clients that buy like the classic preamplifier and they want to upgrade it, they had to buy the classic power supply, which had 3 separate outputs on it. So it would upgrade your preamplifier, but you're also paying for 3 additional outputs that you might not be using. Some customers with a full Nagra suite would use that for the phono stage and maybe the DAC and maybe the streamer, but this is a much more economical approach to upgrading any of your Nagra components because you're just paying for 1 rail of power. This is a heavy beast, and we're going to open it up and take a look inside and see what's going on inside. This is milled out of a solid block of aluminum like a lot of the Nagra components are. First and foremost, that solid block of aluminum helps absorb and eliminate resonances. Resonances, just like dirty power, can get into the circuits of your hi-fi and smear the sound a little bit. So the transformer in here resonates a little bit. Your room resonates when you're playing music. And any resonance in audio circuits can be introduced into the sound. Think of tubes as an example. So that's why also you can get a VFS bass that Nagra just released to place this on, as well as any of the other compact Nagra components. So a smaller VFS bass, which is essentially a 2-piece isolation bass. So on the outside here, all we have is Nagra, a little light. We have a nice grounding post, the power output, some nice ventilation, and the input for the 120 volt power and a switch. And let's see what's going on inside. And side note, and you can attack me in the comments, but in our experience, even with small power supplies like this, a higher end power cord beyond the stock power cord does make a sonic difference. So let's open this up while you're roasting me in the comments for that statement. All right, let's open her up. All right. Beautiful. So we're going to take a little tour of the inside of this guy here. And again, I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm just an audiophile and music lover. So I'm going to make some assumptions about what I'm seeing in here. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's start with over here first. This is actually the bottom plate. We have some strips here, which I would imagine are one of two things. They either block magnetic radiation coming out of the transformer, or they might be some type of resonance absorbing strips just to keep the resonance of this slightly kind of lighter aluminum bottom plate from vibrating. In terms of the IEC inlet with the switch and the fuse, from what I can tell here, there is some filtering within this circuit here for the incoming power built into this IEC inlet. As we move along to the main piece here, as we see, as I said before, this is milled out of a solid block of aluminum. This thing is hefty. And obviously that is not only for just beauty and aesthetics, but it's for eliminating resonances within the circuit, getting in or out. We have a toroidal power transformer here. Toroidal power transformers are known for extremely low noise, and what's nice about this one is that it's got some epoxy resin in the middle of it, which generally is used not only just handy for mounting in an easy way, but also it helps absorb resonances. So a transformer naturally will vibrate when it's energized, and we don't want that vibration to get into the circuits. And oftentimes epoxy cores like this help absorb some of those resonances. Sometimes they help dissipate a little bit of heat, and also they'll help keep the coil windings together nice and firm. Here at these are the two wires where the 120 comes in. I don't know exactly what this is. That might be some type of fuse of some sort in there as well, or some type of protection. There's some jumpers here that obviously look like they are designed for changing the voltage depending on what country you're in. And then obviously you have the transformer with two taps coming out here to the main circuit board. And again, I'm not an electrical engineer, but I'm going to try and kind of surmise what I'm seeing here in this power supply design. It's a beautiful circuit board that looks like it has some very thick traces on it and a really nice ground plane. In the first step here, what we have, what I would believe, are two sets of rectifiers. So essentially, it looks like it is a full wave bridge rectifier design. And again, I could be completely wrong, but a full wave rectifier design usually has two diodes on each leg, positive and negative. And these don't look like traditional diodes to me. Maybe they aren't diodes, but that is my guess. It looks like some type of high-end full wave rectifier. And what does full wave rectification do? Essentially what it does is, well, not essentially. What it does is it takes the AC, the 120 volt AC coming out of the wall, and converts it to DC. DC is what the hi-fi components actually operate on. So a full wave rectifier offers very clean conversion to DC with low ripple, meaning that the current and voltage that it's converting the AC to the DC remains very stable. So after this stage where the 120 volts is converted to DC, it's then filtered by these capacitors. So we're filtering out the electric that's coming in and is now DC. What it looks like here now is that we have two stages of regulation. Again, not an engineer, but what a regulator now does is it takes the now DC voltage and now it's going to knock it down to the voltage that we want, right? So this is a 12 volt power supply. We have 120 volts coming in. We have it converted to now 120 volts AC coming in. We convert it to DC. We filter out some of that signal and flatten any ripples, any noise that is on the circuit. And then now we need to change it to the voltage that we want it to be. Why are there two stages here? Well, sometimes when you have two stages of regulation, what happens is you'll knock down the voltage a little bit. Let's say, again, I'm totally making this up, from 120 to 50, filter it again so it's smooth, and then knock it down again with the second stage of regulation to the 12 volts. So it's kind of like running something through the washing machine twice, right? To make sure it's extra clean, extra stable. This gets rid of all ripple and fluctuations in the power that's coming in, and also make sure everything is ultra quiet and ultra stable in terms of the output voltage. We don't want it deviating from 12 volts. After that, we have the last stage of filtration, which here is obviously 6 capacitors, and those 6 capacitors do the final step of just stabilizing and filtering that power to make sure that it's as clean, as stable as possible, and then boom, here's your output. Again, that's my kind of like layman's explanation as to what I believe is going on in here. Feel free and correct me in the comments if you're seeing something different than I am. And we've already hooked this up to a number of our Nagra components, and so far the difference is night and day. And a little other fun fact is that actually any audio component or anything at all that needs 12 volts, you can use this. So if you wanted to connect this to a high-end, let's say, network switch or third-party music streamer or something like that, this is a very robust audio-grade power supply that you can use to upgrade other components beyond Nagra. Thanks for taking a look with me inside and the outside of this new Nagra Compact power supply. We're really excited that Nagra has been continuously researching and striving to improve their products and allowing our customers to even upgrade even some of their oldest components with new technology and new advancements that Nagra has been working on. That's their commitment to making sure that when you invest in one of their beautiful pieces, that they're with you for life and saying, hey, we're not abandoning you with this preamplifier that you bought 10, 15 years ago. Here's something that can make it better. Here's something that can breathe new life into that component. And you don't have to sell it for the latest and greatest, newest thing. We're constantly improving these products and supporting you, the music lover and Nagra owner, along your entire musical journey. That's one of the reasons why we've picked Nagra as a partner to work with. They're not the latest and greatest MK2, MK3 yearly churn of new products. They're developing products that can be used with even some of their oldest products. They're not abandoning Nagra owners. They're always thinking about how can you continue to love what you have and continue to refine it. So we want to be your resource for all things Nagra. Give us a call, make an appointment, come listen to the difference yourself, see if it makes a meaningful improvement to you. We're here to help you, we're here to guide you. This is about having fun and loving music and loving tech and loving beautiful objects and bringing art and music into your home. If you're not following us on Instagram, be sure to follow us there, but also like and subscribe to this channel because we're going to be doing a lot more longer form content. And obviously the more you like and subscribe, the more we're going to be motivated to do it. So yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks so much.